Hey, welcome back to Ready, Set, Sold. I'm your host, Bryan Vogt. Hey, get a chance to like us on Facebook. We really appreciate that. We're getting quite a few likes, and we'd like to get a few more. We're also have podcasts. Go to Google Play. You can go to iTunes. You can go to YouTube. So again, if you want to listen to a segment that you missed, you didn't get a chance to listen to, by all means, go there, get the information. You can always get the book also at readysetsold.org, not .com. So what I left you at the last segment was talking about the outside of your home. And that goes back onto the appraisal process. And a lot of that goes into, again, 5, maybe 6%. And what that covers is it covers the exterior of your home, the roof. It can have an effect on your garage. Any sheds, if you have an outside shed, that's going to be a factor in that. Decks, fences, landscaping, all that has rolled up into a very small percentage. So it's important for sellers to understand that, and that's why when we talk about the outside, it doesn't mean that you don't want to maintain it. It's just that you don't want to put more money into it, because the chances of getting that money back are slim and none. Rarely does it ever happen. Had a situation not too long ago where somebody put in a $6,000 fence about 2 months before they were going to sell their house. Return on investment, 0. Nothing came back. Great fence, and for the new buyers, it was really neat. But they didn't get the return on investment that they thought. They thought they would get at least something. If it is, it's so marginal. It's not usually worth for most sellers to even add it on into a value package to it. Same situation with decks, and then they have these 50-year decks. And we heard a story about a seller that had a deck. It was a wooden deck. Needed some staining, needed some work, did need some upkeep, maybe 1,000 or so hours to get it done. Decided, you know what, I'm just going to go for it all, and they got a 50-year deck that was, I don't know, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. I'm not sure what the price was. It was going to last forever. Well, that's fine, but again, they were moving in 3 to 4 months, and so again, that value situation, the appraiser just isn't going to give you that value. They're going to give you very, very little value on that. So again, improving the deck as far as staining and getting it in good working order is a great thing. But replacing it outright, unless you just have to, especially with upgrading into something better, is not going to get you return on value. It's just not going to get you the money. The same thing with landscaping. And again, I've seen some of them. Yes, I watch them on occasion too, and they're on the East Coast, and maybe they're in Florida and that, and they'll be talking about how your landscaping is just terrible and you got to just pull everything out. Well, maybe there, but here in the Metro East, in Columbia, Waterloo, O'Fallon, Shiloh, Swansea, Belleville, and Carbon, Sky Force Base, especially in the Metro East, it doesn't. It just doesn't. Again, landscaping, a seller didn't talk to an agent, didn't do anything, didn't really particularly like the landscaping for whatever reasons, and tore it all out. Tore everything out and had it done, redone, and put all new landscaping in. It cost between $5,000 to $6,000, might have been higher than that. I say that because if you've ever done any landscaping, I never knock landscapers because I have done some landscaping, dug some things out. It's not a lot of fun, especially during the summertime. So I sometimes understand why those costs are the way they are. So I give a lot of credit to the people who do that work. But having said that, they again spent $5,000 to $6,000. They thought they were going to be able to get that money's back. Again, they didn't get anything of it back. It's not uncommon. Your landscaping, what you need to be focusing on is if you have mulch, get some bags of mulch, no big deal. If you have rock, if you need to get some additional rock in there, you want to get those black spaces out. And of course, you want to keep it trimmed up. And that's important. So having it trimmed up is a really cool thing. If there's something missing, if there's something dead, of course, you need to get that pulled out and maybe replace that. And that could be on a tree or even tree limbs. You want to get those cut down too, because that becomes a concern for buyers. Again, dropping tree limbs onto the house is never a good thing. So that creates that. So some of this is kind of common sense. So again, when you start looking at the outside of the home, you want to make sure that it's trimmed up, that it's making that the mulch or the rock is in good working order. The backyard, the same thing. You want to make sure it's mowed. You want to make sure those basic things are done. Edging is always nice. But you don't want to spend, thousands of dollars on landscaping, our decks, our fences, or deciding you need to have a new patio put in. All these things that, yes, we've seen sellers do, not often, but on occasion, and then expecting a return on investment because it just isn't there. Not only just because buyers are more included to what is going on the inside of the home, that's where the big value is, but also because of the appraisal in that situation there. Hey, in our next segment, we're going to talk about what if you don't have that quote-unquote extra bedroom, that extra bathroom? What if you think that you're lacking something? What should you do? Well, first off, let's decide if that's really the issue and go from there. And then if you do think it's the issue, what you can do to make those improvements versus putting in an extra bathroom or bedroom. You're listening to Ready, Set, Sold with your host, Bryan Vogt. We'll see you in a few.